Okay, so today we will be going over some tricks to make your kicks just sit better in the mix. I didn't mean for all that to rhyme. Sometimes it just happens. Okay, so I got a project file here. So we got this beat right here. And kick sounds like it could be better. Kick sounds like it could be better. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna try to tune it. I think that'll be the first main thing we could try here. So the root is in D, and we have our kick down here. So we're gonna check the tuning of our kick. You can use Ableton's tuner for this, but I find it to not be as accurate as something as mTuner, or it won't work as well for drums. So I have something called mTuner here. It's free. You can I'll link it down in the description. So we're just gonna get that kick there. So as you can see, it's in B, and our song is in D. Tuning is always good, okay guys? You hear me? Tuning is always good. So we're gonna keep that in mind here, and we're gonna tune our kick drum. So it's in B. I clicked on controls, and you can change the transposition or the detune here. We'll move it up one semitone. A few more cents. Okay. Well, the point here is I'm trying to get it to D. So, almost there. I don't know, this thing's not as accurate as it wants you to believe. It should actually be D right here. Is there a way we could check that? We could try another tuner. We could try playing a note. There's a few things we could do to try to check it. There's gotta be a more accurate tuner. You know what? Let's listen to this. Let's listen to it with the bass. Let's see if one up sounds better. I think right about there sounds pretty good. Now let's hear it with the snare. So our kick is nice and in tune now. Let's hear it before and after. So before. Now after. As you can see, it's like much more in tone now. Now let's hear it with the full context of that beat. Yeah, it sounds good now. Look at my face right now. I'm having intense allergies right now, so I'm trying my hardest to not sneeze all over the TV screen. Alright, next thing we can do our kick. I'm gonna pull up the sample here. I want to make sure it's nice and tight. Like, we don't want too much of it ringing out. We don't want too much, we don't want it flabby. We can also check the timing of it as well. So one thing we can do is we can freeze and flatten it. This may be something you want to do later in your mix. For me right now, though, it's going to be good because I can check the timing of it. I want to make sure it lines up with the rhythm of the beat. Like, it's not ringing out for too long or too short. So this one's about perfect as is. We don't really need to do anything to it. Got lucky with this one. But usually it'll ring out a little bit past this, and you may want to cut that off. But we don't need it to do that right now. So we're just going to go back to where it was unfreezed. To where it was unfrozen? To where it was unfrozen. Alright, kick sounds great now to me. One thing we can try to do if we want to make our drums just more powerful though is we can do some parallel compression. That's something worth trying. Throw a little return track on there and put your favorite compressor on it or limiter depending on what you're going for. We got a mildly aggressive preset here. Let's see what that's about. So we're going to send the drums through it here. This is something known as parallel compression. Parallel compression is when you don't compress on the main track, but instead you have a return that you send it to. So in this case, we'll be sending the signal to a very compressed version over here in the return track, and we're going to be mixing them together to try to get a more aggressive sound without just straight up putting the compressor on the drums. So hopefully it'll be more aggressive without totally fucking the sound up. That's what we're going for. So I'm going to adjust the send here. I'm going to turn down the drums, or sorry, the return. It sounds good already. We don't even have to mess with the settings. So let's hear before. Now after. A bit more punchy. It's a little bit tighter sounding too than if we had done that without the parallel compression, in my opinion. So that's those are some great tricks there to make your kicks sound better in the mix or more powerful. I've been your host, Weaver Beats, and now we'll be moving on to the next thing.
The Band Incorporated.